Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to the It Factor blessing the airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Dream in the house, and in the background you hear a little bit of the old school Tupac coming in real smooth and casual. That's big ups to Terrence Mack and the North Carolina Blue Tar Heels as they get the job done yesterday, making it happen against the Duke Blue Devils. Terrence Mack hit me up on the DM load yesterday. Wanted to hear a little bit of Tupac, and to be honest with you, most of Tupac's tracks just too slow.
Very slow, Dream. You know what? I get this intro. It's got me beating my chest, and all of a sudden it's like smooth.
Yeah, but it's smooth. You know
what?
It's
You know what it
kinda
reminds me of? After you're killing something in the bedroom, and then you're done, and then you just gotta chill and lay there.
You know what it reminds me of, Hat? It reminds me a little bit of your day yesterday.
Oh, shut up, kid.
With possibly a scotch, and just reflect on why you couldn't just listen to your boy. Because yesterday we had the yin and the yang of the SBTV Nation program, as one of the hosts was dope and one of the hosts was dusty.
Got brutalized. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, you know what? My day started off with stomach aches right out the gate. I had Maryland. Maryland wins. I'm good there. In a stomach.
Three-pointer, Melo Trimble, 1.1 second. That's how you started off.
Yeah, right. That's how I started off. So I knew that it was going to go downhill from there because, you know what? Butler has a 7 or 8 point lead, whatever it was, in the second half and loses the game. So that started the slide. Chattanooga loses. Then I go into Va Tech, and they have a lead and lose the game outright at the end. Then, you know what, Dream? And then it got a little bit better for me, though. Because, you know what? I ended up with the NBA, and I had a feeling we talked about the NBA. We talked about something was wrong with that Miami Heat and Cleveland Cavs line. And sure enough, Ty Lue ended up sitting Kyrie and LeBron last night. And the Miami Heat murder the Cavs.
Yeah, and let's talk about that for a second. I did get a little bit of rhetoric about that particular matchup. And listen, first of all, there's absolutely no reason why every time LeBron James doesn't play, the Miami Heat get blown out.
You mean the Cleveland Cavaliers get blown out?
Excuse me, the Cleveland Cavaliers, my bad. Yes, I'm sorry. The Cleveland Cavaliers get blown out. There's no reason for that. You know, Popovich over in San Antonio sits his guys regularly, okay? And they win.
Yep.
Why the Miami Heat feel the inability to execute offensively? And I'm not talking about, look, okay, I don't have a problem with you losing. They get blown out when these guys don't play, which is, ridiculous. Because you look at that Miami Heat team yesterday, that team is not drastically better than the Cleveland Cavaliers without LeBron and Kyrie. Now, I know it's also added, okay, we throw in Kevin Love, we throw in J.R. Smith. Listen, I'm not counting J.R. Smith. You guys, the love affair with J.R. Smith, I'm mixed with that, okay? I think J.R. Smith is an okay player at times. Yes, he has a good outside shot at times. It's very inconsistent. I don't like his shot decisions and his off-the-court antics and distractions. The only place he's really capable of playing and being successful, as far as I'm concerned, is Cleveland.
Got it. Well, you know what, Dream?
So I'm going to fall back from loving J.R. Smith.
Well, you know what? When they come back, I think this roster will be stacked. But you know what? I mean, I pointed it out yesterday, and it was, I ended up being pretty good after all. So, and then once the line jumped to 8, I was like, oh, we're golden here. We are all set.
What I thought was funny, though, is, and now I know you took the heat, but you opened up the conversation how dope the roster was.
It is.
But apparently it's not.
Well, Dream, listen, if you took these guys without, let's say LeBron was off the team tomorrow, okay? Now you got this cast of characters here. It's a whole different ball game that they would have to get used to, and it would take them a little bit of time. But eventually, they would be a pretty solid team.
They got beat by damn near 30 yesterday. I mean, listen, if they got beat by 10, maybe 8, I'd be like right there with you. They got beat by 30.
The whole offense and defense is surrounded around LeBron James. You know that.
Had these guys been playing basketball, they're professional basketball players. Let me just put this in perspective with you, all right? Tom Brady, Gronkowski goes down. The next tight end steps up, and there's not that.
That's a tight end. That's like a point. That's like a point guard or something. You're talking about you're talking about the leader of the team here, brother.
I'm with you. You cannot lose. You cannot lose by 30, though, is what I'm saying. You could have lost by 15, 10, and okay, I get it, all right? You can't lose it by 30. I don't know. I can't with that.
Can't with that. Hey, it is what it is. It was a perfect shot to make some money at, though.
Oh, it was a great shot to make some money. And big ups by you. That was the only good call you had yesterday. As far as the rest of your stuff, straight up garbage.
Everything that came out of my mouth was. But you know what? Hey, listen. I've been giving out plus money plays all week. So and that was that was a plus what 800 and some. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying?
What was those, the VIP packages?
That was, right. Well, the Mercedes-Benz package won.
Yesterday, he hit you with a Yugo. With the Hyundai package. So,
right
no,
on.
No. I'm teasing. But, guys, you know how this college basketball thing is working out. And yesterday, I was able to successfully get, most of my stuff worked. I jumped out the gate real strong with Louisville and with Villanova. North Carolina did their thing last night. I felt North Carolina. I don't know if you watched that game.
Touch of it.
Okay. To me, North Carolina toyed with Duke.
Yeah, they let him hang around a lot.
Yeah. Yep. That's Roy Williams, dude. That's why. And that's why, Terrence Mack and you had... I'm still struggling, letting North Carolina win the NCAA tournament because it's like you gotta snuff a team.
Yeah, I know.
You can't let a team hang around and play around with them. And I don't know why they chose to do that. I know a little bit might have had that, to do with the rivalry and all that's concerned. But, you're supposed to really, take the team out. And they didn't really – I felt like they should have won by – way more than they won by. They should have definitely covered their spread. And I don't know if you guys played the spreads, but if you did, some of you even caught a push to possibly a loss.
Yeah, right.
If you had the 7.5.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know what? At the end of the day, it goes to show you, when you start playing keep away basketball and you start trying to just preserve your lead and get the hell out of Dodge, we've seen it twice in the last few days now with Butler. And then we saw it with Wisconsin the other night, Dream. So you know what? That almost makes me want to, like at the end of a parlay, if my team's up big, it almost makes me want to liveline the team that's losing, just in case that happens, like at a plus 1,000 or something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just to throw a couple dollars on it. If you got a $150 play, throw $15 of your winnings on the opposing team, just in case they come back.
And I need to adopt a little bit of that because you're right. It definitely makes a lot more sense.
Especially if it's a big play. If it's a big play where you're going to make $1,000, I'd take $100 and just put it the other way just in case. Because you know what? You'd rather be in the money than not.
And gang, if you don't know what he's talking about, Hat's talking about if you have a play in a parlay and your last team is playing, you've already won the first portion of your parlay. You have one team left that's playing, and let's say the parlay pays, I don't know, let's say $1,000. Let's say $1,000, okay? It behooves you that once that team is up to go ahead and just throw, like he's saying, $100 because you're going to be plus almost $1,000 again on the live line. It behooves you just to throw $100 on the opposing team in the live line, just in case something crazy happens in the game to cover yourself. At the end of the day, you're still going to make like $900, even if you lose that 100. But now you're safe and you can't lose either way.
Exactly. So, and that's what I should have done with Wisconsin the other night. I'm pissed at myself that I didn't do that, Dream. Because this week would have been insanely incredible if I did that. But,
no doubt.
Hey, whatever. It is what it is. And moving on here, Dream, I got another problem I had yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Oakland went down.
Yeah, Oakland went down. Your stuff yesterday.
Oakland goes down to Youngstown State. Kid, Youngstown State had 12 wins. 12-20 team. 5-13 and 4-13 in conference play. And goes into the Horizon tournament and beats Oakland. I didn't have Oakland because they were given too many points, but there goes that double-digit underdog thing, Dream. I can't believe Oakland. Now here's the thing: does Oakland get into the tournament now? I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't
24
know if I'm
wins.
Get them out yet, but they're going to have to be impressive.
Yeah, there's no other games left. They're done.
They don't have a tournament?
No, they're done. That was the tournament. They're out.
Oh, that was their tournament. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, they lost their tournament?
Yeah.
God.
They lost in the Horizon to a really high seed.
Wow, they might get it right in. They might.
I don't think so. I don't know, Dream. I mean, you lose to a team with 12 wins on the season. The committee's going to look at, or whoever, picks these teams is going to be like, I don't think so. They'll put in like a booty Syracuse over them.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So looking at the rest of it, Dream, you got to pay attention to Princeton. I mean, Princeton went bananas. They won by 37 points yesterday over Dartmouth. I know Dartmouth stinks, but Princeton's good. Guys, watch out. And you know how these Ivy League teams are in the big dance.
Princeton is good. I'm going to take it over to the Pac-12 again. Impressive win by Gonzaga. Oh, not Pac-12. I'm sorry. Gonzaga's not in the Pac-12. I wanted to say Oregon, and I don't know why Gonzaga came out of my mouth. But impressive win by Gonzaga first, and then also impressive win by Oregon in the Pac. UCLA gets it done. Doesn't cover their spread, which was very, very heavy. I think UCLA was given like 25. They don't cover their spread, but they had a nice win for that yesterday. Elsewhere yesterday, as far as upsets are concerned, you didn't have a whole hell of a lot. I got a good showing out of Arizona yesterday. USC did their thing. Kansas, to me, Kansas was that easy play that everybody was afraid of because they were on the road playing Oklahoma State. They were only given 1 point, and the line made no sense to nobody, including me. They beat Oklahoma State. I mean, they only won by 5. But it was another game that they played around with Oklahoma State, and at no point did you really think that Kansas was going to lose. I mean, I didn't think they were going to lose that game. I saw some bits and pieces of that game and just was laughing. Syracuse went ham.
Yeah, well, we talked about that. That was a scary line to get involved in. Just because when you see a team that doesn't have any business giving all these points, I stay away from those. I don't like that at all. And sure enough, Dream. I mean, hey, I
don't understand it, but I watched Georgia Tech completely not play the zone right. I cannot for the life of me figure out how a college basketball team does not know how to beat a 2-3 zone. I mean, I know Syracuse runs it to perfection and runs it a lot differently than you would see in fundamental basketball, but still, it's still the same concept. I don't know how it's not destroyed, but Georgia Tech could not overcome it yesterday, and they got beat. Big ups to TK Wins. He gave out Florida State yesterday. Said he was rolling with Florida State yesterday as they beat Miami.
Dream. Well, that was, going back to that ACC matchup with Georgia Tech and Syracuse. I talked to you about it. You asked me to break down the game, and I said, I just don't know how they're going to deal with that 2-3 zone.
You did say that. And I said fundamental.
You said fundamental. It shouldn't be a problem. Well, apparently it was a problem. Trust me, I've watched Georgia Tech play, man. I just, you know what? I really, really enjoy watching the team. And there's another ACC team that fared a lot better yesterday. But I don't know. I just didn't know how they would fare against it. And sure enough, they didn't do a great job.
In certain teams, you're going to watch in their tournaments and in the NCAA tournament, certain teams are going to go, like I can tell you right now, any team preparing to play Arizona is going to probably implement zone play, because when UCLA went to their zone, it drove Arizona crazy.
Sure.
So that's one team to watch out. If they play a team, especially that, if you see Arizona up against Syracuse in the first round, ooh.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Yep.
But, I don't necessarily know that they'll be effective with it against them, but I'm just saying a couple of teams have shown an Achilles heel when teams go zone, so you'll have to watch that moving forward and put that in the memory banks as far as remembering that is concerned. Vanderbilt, which I did not talk about on the program, but I did tweet it. Vanderbilt beats Florida yesterday, and I meant to talk about that game because Vanderbilt has caught a little bit of steam towards the end of this season and gotten some big wins. This team, dude, I like what I seen out of them.
Yeah, 17-14 on the year, so they're probably not going to get in.
I don't think they're going to get in, Hat.
Oh, well, you know what, Dream? Just about the ACC real quick.
Okay.
I got to be honest with you. Yep. I think the ACC is going to win the tournament. I think they have the best shot as far as the teams are concerned. If you go up and down the ACC, it's loaded. And I think that's going to be my favorite conference championship to watch.
Oh, Hat, well, you sure are going right out of the box, thinking outside of the box, going with that, because they only get 10 teams in.
Well, it's probably like plus 250 or something like that.
That's like saying I think the Patriots are going to be good next year.
It's going to be, I'm telling you. When you look at it, that's going to be the best conference tournament to watch. You got to agree with me on that one. You got
the conference. Now that's what you could impress. Now you want to impress me? Who's going to win the ACC conference tournament?
I got 3 sleepers in that conference, and you already know who they are. Well, you got to pay attention to Wake Forest, my man. Come on, Wake Forest, kid. Wake Forest has been getting it done, Dream.
Yes, I will give you props. Wake Forest has been getting it done. Impressive win yesterday. Impressive wins. They are getting it done. But
they beat. Pittsburgh's not that great, but they beat Louisville and Vatech in the last 2 games. And now they got to face Boston College, so that should be another win.
Definitely should be another win.
Wake Forest going to get in the tournament, guys. I have a really good feeling. I think, as a matter of fact, they're going to be a pain in the ass in the ACC tournament. And, Dream, you know how Coach K is with Duke. You know how he likes to rest his players, and the conference tournament does not mean all that much to them.
Well, Duke might as well rest their players, and they might as well get prepared for the offseason as well, because I don't think this Duke team, as I talked about at the beginning of this season, I don't think they're that good.
No.
And I didn't think they were that good at the beginning of the season. They appeared to get a little bit better, and then now all of a sudden it seems like they're falling back off again. I can't put my finger on this team. I just don't think that they have the athleticism to do what they need to do this year, especially to compete with some of the bigger teams. Listen, I got North Carolina and or Louisville winning the ACC conference.
Louisville, huh?
As far as, Louisville's defense, man, what they do defensively, to me, is very impressive.
They just got beat by Wake Forest, brother.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
All right. So, what else you got as far as the NCAA, man?
Hold on. Let me look at Wake Forest's resume for a minute. I know North Carolina beat Wake Forest. Who's Wake Forest won and lost to?
All right. So, they got 3 wins in a row. They beat Pittsburgh, Louisville, and Virginia Tech. They lost 2 back-to-back at Clemson and at Duke. But they were, the Duke game was a 5-point loss. Okay. So they covered there. They lost at Notre Dame. They beat Georgia Tech. There are losses in there. Don't get me wrong. But, when you look at the body of work, they do have some impressive wins as well, Dream.
Let me ask
Especially
you a question.
as of late.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Vanderbilt wins their conference tournament.
Oh, you're obviously, any conference champion is in. That's the rules.
How many games you think Vanderbilt wins in that tournament and they get in?
I'd say.
What if they play for the tournament?
They only got 17 wins. So you're going to need at least 2 wins, and they're going to have to knock off a pretty impressive team to do it. That SEC is not that great, by the way.
It's not, but nobody wants to see Vanderbilt. And by the way, Hat, if you go look at the SEC right now, to be honest with you, Vanderbilt could very well play Kentucky for the
I'm with you. I'm totally with you on that, Dream. And if you look at Vanderbilt right now, I don't even see. Oh wait, here we go. 500 to 1 shot, brother. Come on, get some of the dog.
I don't like them like that. I don't like them like that. But I do like them. If I could get them in the tournament, though, I do like them to beat a team, like a maybe a Gonzaga.
Yeah.
I do love them to beat like a Gonzaga in the first round and have everybody's brackets a mess except mine.
Kid, let me ask you a question. Just dumb question. Big East. Seton Hall got any shot at making some noise here?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I mean, you never can count out Seton Hall. They play really tough, but Butler, I told you, man. You talked me into that game a little bit. I wanted to stay away from that game because I told you, Butler punched me in the face in the regular season with some bad losses. But Seton Hall has lost to some bad teams, dude.
I know, but it all depends on how they're faring this last month going into the postseason, Dream. That's what it ends up being. You remember the teams like, in any sport. The teams that were dusty all year.
Yeah. Paying that neck last year, remember?
Yeah, they cost me $90,000.
I know.
$93,000 parlay they cost me, man.
Thank God they cost him probably, but the big ups to them for winning, because we probably would have been in jail in Costa Rica.
Yeah,
because
right.
When they failed to give you the money, we would have to fly down there and probably would have got shot or arrested.
Oh man, exactly. But hey, it's all good. So I think it's time to get into what's going on today, Dream.
Well, hold on. Before we go there, a couple of little things going on in the sporting world. I want to just talk about, first of all, I want to talk about Tyrone Woodley last night. Keeps his UFC title at UFC 209. The 5th round flurry made it a wrap as far as that was concerned. And big ups to him. Congratulations for him winning a title. Also, Thurman beats Danny Garcia in a split decision to unify the welterweight division. I know my man Irvin is out there. He was interested in that particular matchup. Also, Rick Lopez was another one who was interested in that. I don't know how you guys felt about the Thurman Garcia fight. I watched the fight last night, and a lot more entertaining than Pacquiao Mayweather. And by the way, Mayweather is not fighting. I don't care. Listen, I've been wrong about a lot of things in life. If Mayweather fights McGregor, I'm going to be shocked. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm going to be shocked. I do see a Mayweather-Pacquiao fight is his last fight, but I don't see him fighting McGregor. I don't care what they say. I don't see it going down. Anyway, back to this fight. Thurman Garcia, more entertaining than Pacquiao Mayweather, but still, I would have gave it a try. To me, I would have not. I'm not upset with the fact that it was a split decision and they gave it to Thurman. He was a little bit more busier than Garcia. I felt the fight, though, ultimately should have been a draw, personally. That's just my feeling on it. I was not convinced that either of the boxers convincingly won that fight. That's my opinion, and I'd like to hear your thoughts, Irvin, also Rick Lopez. Anybody else that wants to chime in, you can hit me up on Twitter, tweet it, DM it, whatever you want to do. Pat, did you get just? I know Big Poppy, your father-in-law, loves fights. Did you watch this fight?
No, didn't watch the fight at all. No, I haven't watched boxing. Dude, the last boxing match I watched was with you with Pac-Man and Mayweather. Yeah, that was the last boxing match. Because, boxing, it just doesn't do it for me.
No, I know. But I know your father-in-law loves it. So I was figuring maybe you went over there and he had it on. Because I know he does love boxing.
Nope, not
all right. Let's get out of UFC. Let's get out of boxing. I want to move over one more spot. Then we can get into tonight real quick. I want to talk about this. Guys, Jay Gruden was just signed to a 2-year extension with the Washington Redskins. Here's my problem with that. They put the franchise tag on Kissing Cuz again this season.
I know.
Dude, if I'm Kissing Cuz, you know what? Right now, I'm like telling my agent, yo, tell the Redskins, kick rocks. I'm bouncing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? listen, the market's wide open. The Niners need a quarterback, and a plethora of other teams need a quarterback. Shanahan's over with the Niners. He's interested in Kirk Cousins from what the reports are. If I'm Kirk Cousins, I'm bouncing. Like the Redskins have shown no confidence in Kirk Cousins. And there's worse quarterbacks that have gotten better deals.
Yeah, right, Fitzpatrick.
You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, hey, listen, Redskins, either, crap or get off the pot. It's, like, you can't keep doing, like, whatever. You want to give Gruden money, then let Gruden go play then. Go get yourself a rookie quarterback and go back to losing again for next. Because Kissick they didn't go as far as they probably wanted to go with them. But I'm not going to put that all solely on him. I think there was some other problems with the Redskins, and it wasn't kissing cuz. If I'm kissing cuz, I do kind of have an attitude right now. I'm out of here. Last but not least, I want to talk about this in the NFL. New England Patriots offered their 3-2 overall pick for Brandon Cooks of the New Orleans Saints.
Nice.
Son.
They just keep getting better.
No. They're not getting better, but isn't that like the most booty offer that you could ever why would they give up Brandon Cooks?
Oh, you mean the others, the Saints?
Yeah, that's so booty.
That's what I'm saying. The Patriots are insane.
The Patriots will just offer they just say anything. I know the New Orleans Saints are sitting over there looking at that offer and looking at the Patriots really, dude?
Yep. No doubt. I know. Well, hey, you know what?
So I just want to comment that this is why, it's like that. It's like you go to look at a $500,000 house, but you only got $200,000 to spend, and you're like, well, what the hell? All I can do is say no.
Hey, throw offers in and see what happens. You know how many houses I've bought throwing in ridiculous offers?
That's what I'm wondering. Were you behind? That's why I brought it up. I was wondering if you had anything to do with that offer.
Dude, listen, I don't know. I'll give you a little trick of the trade here, guys. I have an assistant here. We throw in hundreds of offers on houses. That's the way it goes. And you know what? Just when you think you don't got anything popping, you get that phone call. And it says, can you come up another 10 grand and we'll give you the house? Just the way it goes. So, you know what? That's what we do.
Has offered some of his awful plays for cribs.
My package.
He had a butler. There was a butler play yesterday for some 4-family house.
Yes. Yes.
In the hood.
Right on. I love the hood stuff, to be honest with you.
Hat does love the hood crib. Hat will have you meet him at a crib, and you'll be like, dude, I'm afraid that if we meet here at night, what happened to Darrell Revis? What happened right now?
All right, Dream.
Let's get into this evening.
Yeah, can we please?
Yeah, let's get into today.
Because I need to make a comeback here, man. Yeah, I got to get back.
You might want to listen to me, though.
Yeah, right. Well, here's the way it goes, guys. So, I take a night before where I lost, and I try to get that money back. That's all. Okay, I just got to get myself back to even, and then I'll start with my winners next week. So, I'm looking right at the card, Dream. I'm going to start with you, and we'll go back and forth. We'll do a little ping pong here. So, where'd you like to start?
Here's the bad news about the NCAA today. I'm on the road again, and I'm on the road in 3-4 spots, and some of the lines don't make any sense. I don't know. A lot of these lines don't make any sense today to me.
All right.
So today may not be a day to tell the dream. I did well yesterday. Today we're gonna reach, and I already know that some of these lines are shaky. We're gonna start off out the gate with at 12 o'clock. Number 18, Cincinnati's playing UConn. Look, UConn stinks. I'm sorry. But Cincinnati's only given 6 points. I do not understand that.
No, I understand it completely, because if they were home, they'd be given 12. 3-3, as far as the point spread is concerned. It makes a lot of sense, Dream.
Okay.
Because you know what?
Right.
The college teams on the road, the bookmakers know that, and the general public knows that it's no matter where you play, especially interconference, anything could happen.
All right. Well, I'm vested in Cincinnati. I like Cincinnati. I'm going to take Cincinnati today. I'm going to take a shot. It's going to be part of a 3-team parlay, maybe 4-team, but 3 to 4-team parlay. I'm moneylining Cincinnati because I don't know why it's 6. I think it should be 8 to 10.
Okay.
Is my opinion. 8 to 10 is my opinion. But I do like the 6. Cincinnati should have no issue covering the 6. But just to be safe, I'm going to take it money line.
All right, sounds good. I mean, when you look at Cincinnati, 19-0 at home, 7-4 away. This team is scoring about 75 points a game. UConn gives up 65 and scores 67. Cincinnati's doing it on defense too, Dream. They only give up 60 points a game. That's awfully low.
No, Cincinnati has a very good defense, and they've got a lot of athletic guys as well. They have, I told you about this team, they have a lot of the elements that they need. Couple of scratch your head losses on their season, like every team seems to have. I mean, they're not exempt to that either. But this UConn, it's not really about Cincinnati, how good they are. It's more about how bad UConn is.
Okay, I get it. You just got to question their motivation. How much motivation they're going to have today.
Yeah, we did some motivation questioning yesterday as far as Louisville was concerned and Kentucky was concerned, and they apparently were motivated.
They sure were. All right, I'm going over to the Big Ten. Going over and taking a look at Penn State versus nasty Iowa. And Dream, you know what? I got to be honest. I am very impressed with Iowa's perimeter shooting.
Okay.
I got to take Iowa today minus the 6.5. I'm going to get it as a moneyline parlay because they have 17 wins, guys, and they are literally teetering on the bubble right now. As a matter of fact, that clown Lenardi last night was saying that they're the last 4 in. But with a loss at home, that puts them out clearly, especially versus a sub-500 Penn State team who is 14-16 on the year. Iowa needs this game. They have to win. Obviously, it's their last game at home of the season. I'm taking Iowa today to get the job done. What's your thoughts there?
I like the Iowa play. I'm just not going to get involved in it because I got enough stomach aches on the day, and because you were dreadful yesterday, you might be still.
Iowa's scoring almost 80 points a game, brother, and they're pretty damn good at home. So you know what? I'm taking Iowa to get the job done. Where are you going? Where are you going?
All right, next spot, another stomach ache. Sorry, guys, Purdue.
Purdue.
Don't do that.
Talk to me about this ugly Purdue team.
All right, Purdue's playing Northwestern. This
Northwestern's good. Northwestern's good.
No, I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing it. I got it written down. I'm gonna back out of it right now.
You're gonna back out of it?
I'm not playing it. Nope.
I don't blame you.
I'm not even playing it. I like Purdue, though. I'm not going to play it because it's more of a heart play than a real. I'm not going to play it. I'm taking it off.
I don't know if Purdue has any business giving 3.5 to a 21-9 Northwestern team, brother.
I'm making an adjustment. I'm going to pull Purdue off, but I like Purdue, and I think Purdue does have business given 3.5. I think Purdue will win this game. I think their size is going to be problematic for Northwestern. I like Purdue, but I got a love affair with this team that I got to back off of them for some reason, and I'm going to back off today. I'm going to go in another direction. I am going to go over to Michigan, Nebraska, and Michigan needs to get this win right now today against this Nebraska team. It's not about Michigan being good. It's more about Nebraska not being good. I like Michigan to beat Nebraska today. All
right, sounds good. So I'm moving over to a conference championship being the Atlantic Sun. Jim, I've been pounding Florida Gulf Coast, and I'm going to stick with them. So I'm going to add them as number 2 of the 3-team moneyline parlay. I'm adding Florida Gulf Coast to it to beat North Florida. North Florida is 8-6 in conference play, which is halfway decent, but 15-18 on the year. Florida Gulf Coast has owned them in their plays when they played each other throughout the season. Taking Florida Gulf Coast to win the game. So I'm adding them with Iowa and one more team. Where are you at next?
All right, so let's just talk about the Michigan game for 1 second. Since I scratched Purdue, but I was gonna go with Purdue, and I still may, but I'm scratching it. I don't want to give it out on the program because I don't want you guys tailing that.
Okay.
But you're probably gonna tail it now because I talked about it. But anyway, Michigan's got losses to Northwestern, Minnesota, Ohio State, Michigan State, which is a huge rivalry, Wisconsin, Illinois, Maryland, and Iowa. What do you think? Do you think Michigan's in?
Oh, they're one of those storied programs that gets a pass.
Okay.
If they have 18, 19 wins, they get a pass and slide in. That's just the way it goes.
Right, they get a pass and slide in. But here's the deal. To me, they need this game to really get them in. To really get them in.
Yeah, you can't lose.
Right, they can't lose to Nebraska, which is why I like them. So I'm going to take Michigan, and I'm going to make them part 2 of the money line parlay and put them in with Cincinnati. So we got Michigan and Cincinnati 1-2 on the money line parlay.
All right, sounds good. All right, Terrence Mack, what's going on, buddy? How are you out there? I am going over to the MAAC, and I'm taking my squad, Dream. Monmouth beats Siena today. Siena 16-16 on the year. Monmouth 27-5. This team is red hot. And I've been staying away from them for a little bit just because they've had some tough games, but they have shined in these games. I got to be honest with you, man. I'm all over them today. So I'm going to take Monmouth of New Jersey, the Hawks, to get it done today. They have won, Dream, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16 in a row, kid. Team is good. Taking them to beat Siena. So that's part 3 of the 3-team money line parlay. It pays even money. It actually pays plus 106. So that's where I'm at today, Dream.
Very
Iowa,
nice. Okay.
Monmouth, Florida Gulf Coast.
All right, couple of questions I got for you. You there?
Yes.
Number 1, I noticed that you didn't discuss at all the Big Ten matchup, which I thought you were going to rather than the game.
Yeah, because
Minnesota.
you know what? You know where that one's going.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's the deal with Wisconsin. Wisconsin just lost to Iowa. They outplayed Iowa. They should have beat Iowa and possibly covered the Iowa spread. Now, they've probably got super momentum here. This is one of those situations where Minnesota is a spectacular team, and you would think that this line is wrong. You should jump on the points, blah, 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 blah. But we've seen it time and time again where Wisconsin's given points that they have no business giving, and they cover. They don't only win, but they cover. I'm staying away from it, dude. I don't like. I love Minnesota, and they're one of my favorite teams in the NCAA tournament, but not this game. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a challenge betting against the home teams on their seniors' last days on their home court. I just have I feel like there's some inspiration there, some motivation stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes. No. Well, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah. So I just can't do it. I can't. And 8 it's actually 7.5 now. It's just not enough points. If I could get it up to 10, maybe I'd consider it because Minnesota's good, guys. They're really good. And they've won, Dream, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row now. And, I mean, impressive victories, too, at Maryland. They beat Iowa. They beat Indiana. They're good. Watch out for this team, guys. Watch out for them, Minnesota. But what's your thoughts? You want to jump on some points there, or you?
I do not. I just wanted to hear what you had to say. I don't have an opinion. I'm going to watch the game, but I wanted to hear your opinion because I know you've been playing with Minnesota and you've been had a little bit of success with and against Wisconsin. So I wanted to hear what your thoughts were. Now I'm going to move over because I just crossed off Purdue and I talked money line parlay. I'm now going to switch. I'm going to switch and offer also a teaser with 8 points. In the Cincinnati matchup, you'll have Cincinnati +2. In Michigan, you'll have Michigan +4. And then the reason that we had to change it to the teaser is because I want to add Houston to it, and I want to knock 8 off of the 13 that Houston's given. Houston's playing East Carolina today at home. Hat talked about the senior day, talked about their last time on the court. This Houston team, very, very good this season. A couple of respectable losses, but very good this season. East Carolina has not played well. It is the battle of the guards. You got Barkley going against Gray Jr. Gray Jr. is a little bit more polished and dynamic, averaging 20.2 points a game. Should be able to get the transition game going, a little bit of penetration, and should get an opportunity to shine. I'm going to add Houston as the third team in an 8-point tease. So we're going to have Cincinnati, Michigan, and Houston. We're going to scratch Purdue.
Oh, okay. All right, sounds good, man. So that's where I'm at as far as that is concerned, Dream. So okay. I'm going to look real quick at the NBA and see if there's anything that I have up my sleeve. Looking at the – you got Golden State playing the Knickerbockers.
I've been so vested in college. I've actually kicked the NBA to the curb right now as far as my feel for it. So go ahead, get it. Go get it. Give it.
Well, I believe let me just double check something here. But guys, I'm almost positive that Golden State's on a little bit of a losing streak here, Dream. They lost 2 in a row. First time they've lost back-to-back games in like a long time. I think it's been a couple of years now.
Golden State murdered it. I mean, I don't even want to. I don't need to be vested in basketball to know that Golden State murders.
Without K Dizzle, huh?
Yeah, without K Dizzle.
All right, sounds good. I think, I believe Golden State will win that game as well, guys, especially in the Garden. So that's the only NBA spot I got. I'm not betting the game either, so I'm just gonna stay away from it.
All right. I'm going to leave the NBA alone. I don't like any of the NBA. I would say that the Pelicans need to beat the Lakers, but I'm not doing it. So whatever. I'm not messing with the NBA. I got enough I had a great day yesterday. I got enough with college today, trying to get through that teaser. I'm not going crazy today. Let's go over to the ice real quick. Yesterday was very successful again. And I love how as soon as you mention that, why am I giving out my ice plays? By the way, the ice has been absolutely stellar.
Okay.
So let's go to hockey because as I talked about, the Edmonton Oilers won and the Washington Capitals won. So we had Edmonton win and the Capitals win. The Capitals did it in overtime, which, all right, whatever. And also the Oilers did it in overtime, but it was both 2 significant wins, which I like. All right, today. Oh, man, there's that Columbus team.
There you go. It's your squad.
All right, guys. I don't have anything. I'm not going to touch the ice. I don't have anything for the ice. I don't like it. I don't like the matchups today. I would possibly look at the Penguins over the Sabres, but I'm not going to do it. The Shark Tank is playing the Wild. Minnesota's been good this season. Sharks can beat the Wild, but I'm not going to take the Sharks on the road as they're just starting to get back to winning ways. I don't like that matchup either. And Avalanche are at home, and guys, bad teams still win games, just like baseball. Your bad teams in baseball and in hockey are still going to win games. No ice play. So all I got for you today is the teaser in college hoop.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to just preach one more thing, guys. I've been saying it for years now. Make sure you shop your lines because there were a couple of situations this past week, including yesterday, where there were 12 points on one book, 12.5 on another, and the half point was the difference in winning or pushing or losing. It was crazy. So that's something to take a look at, guys. Make sure that you have a couple of different avenues. Don't just stick with one avenue to bet because it's absolutely foolish. And if you're going to have to, if you want to go and buy the hook, you could just get it the same price you would have paid somewhere else. That's all I'm saying. So something to take a look at there, Dream.
Joseph Del Rosario just asked me about St. Louis over Colorado, and I'm just going to fall back into that bad teams do eventually win games. So I'm just going to stay away from that Colorado game today. I think Colorado's actually due a win, so I'm going to stay away from it. Elsewhere, we do have a couple other mentions. Fast Eddie 72 asked me about Logan. Okay, so I've been let down with all of the Wolverine solo movies so far. I'm not really excited about this one, and it looks, I don't know, it just looks like it's going to be, I don't know, boring, plot driven, and kind of, I don't know, I'm not in a big rush to check it out. Sorry, I got nothing for you on that. I just haven't liked what they've done with any of them so far, and I don't know why I would like this one. All the trailers and previews that I saw have been uninteresting to me, and I've been let down with most of these movies. Most of the superhero flicks they brought to the big screen, I have been fairly disappointed with most of them.
So you haven't gone to see it at midnight the night before?
No, not that particular.
Right.
I will give you guys one movie, a chick flick that was very intriguing to me, and I thought it was going to have some meaning to me, and it did have a little bit of meaning to me, but it's kind of a real tearjerker. Even if you're like the toughest, machoist guy, it's a real chick tearjerker. But Collateral Beauty with Will Smith, it was creatively done. In my opinion, creatively done. It is a tearjerker, though. If you watch the movie, the subject content, it's just crazy. It's about the loss of a child. It was creatively done, and it was a very cute movie. cute in some spots, but very tear-jerking, very emotional. You want to sit down with the old lady, get a popcorn, a glass of wine, and watch it. You'll probably end up, lighting some candles at the end of the night and ending with a happy ending.
Oh, beautiful. That sounds really nice.
It's that kind of flick, but it's inspirational and it's very emotional. Good flick to check it out. I want to thank everybody that's retweeted the show and gotten down with the program today as we get out of here.
Yes.
We got Shane Whitehead. We got Terrence Mack. Sports news and videos. Vegas Girl 92662-661. Hope you're doing well, honey. Hope your recovery's going great. Spot bets in the house. Joseph Del Rosario, Fast 8072. JDH 24G Rose. Shy Picks. Direct Sports Solution. Always good to see you, Mr. Charlie. Sin City Mavericks in the house. Michael Moscow's out there as well. And several others that retweet the program a little later on in the day when they get an opportunity to look for it. Listen, gang. We've been kicking behind. I mean, college basketball has been going really well for us. Mm-hmm. The hockey's been going really well. Hoop's going really well. I'm saying in comparisons to football, got to be honest with you, hoop and hockey, I'm tearing it up in hoop and hockey compared to football.
Yeah, well, hey.
How about you?
Nah, the hoop has been great because you know what? It's even if I go, 50, 55%, everything is like plus money plays. So, I did have a minus 190 the other day that lost, but for the most part, Dream, I'm seeing a consistent rising up of my accounts.
That's what I'm saying, man.
It's time to cash out. Oh, wow, it's time to cash out. Oh, wow. It's been good.
Don't get me wrong. I love football. I mean, it's my heart. It's my passion. I mean, basketball, don't get me wrong, I like basketball and I like hockey, but it's not even close to how I like football. But I got to be honest with you, when it comes to making money and getting cashed out and the account getting dead right, hockey and hoop is where it's at.
Yeah, right. Well, you know what, guys? I got to tell you that this is going to be a huge monster week for college basketball because all of the major tournaments start off. They kick off Tuesday, Dream. And they go all the way until next weekend. So we start off with the ACC on Tuesday. It ends on Saturday. The Big East starts Wednesday. And the rest of them, I mean, we got some really, really good basketball coming.
So, and Hat and I have been pretty vested in this. We've been watching it all. I mean, he's been covering some Ivy. He's always in the Ivy. He's in a couple of conference that I don't really pay a lot of attention to. I got the Pac now to add to my resume to Pac-12. Obviously, we both keep an eye on the ACC, SEC, and the Big Ten as well. We got a pretty good feel. So I think that, this is going to be a good season for us. I think we're going to be able to get some solid plays in here with line manipulation and the stuff that we do. We're looking to fuel the SBTV Nation right into the plus side and get some checks sent home. And that's what's up.
Yeah,
Getting out of here, guys. I'm the Dream. Always remember who you with. Make the most of each and every day as you cannot get this time back.
Yes, sir. And most of the matchups are set, guys, for the first round of these big tournaments. The 9 versus the 8 seeds, the 10 versus the 7, so on and so forth. So it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to a great week. Guys, we love you to death. Enjoy your Sunday and get that money. Let's go. And Dream, make America great again.
Oh. The apprentice in the White House.